Hi guys, so in today's video I'm going to do something a bit different. I'm going to walk and talk. Haven't done one of those in a while, and I'm going to talk about the three main places that I've lived at in the Philippines and why I ultimately am here in Dumaguete and probably will stay in Dumaguete. Stick around. Hi guys, so I'm starting off at the Henry Resort, and this is kind of the north point on the boulevard of the boulevard here in Dumaguete, and it's actually my preferred location if I were to stay in Dumaguete on this side and at this set of hotels and this set of coffee shops and restaurants. I like it better on this side than down on that main boulevard with kind of the busy area of Dumaguete. So I'm just going to do a quick walk and talk. But here at the Henry Resort, you got about 6 or 7 restaurants, which is pretty awesome. You can see some behind me here. And we're going to continue on here. There's 7 restaurants. I won't go through and label them all. But we're going to walk out to the boulevard here and talk about this. So really in my time here in the Philippines, I've lived in 3 main areas. Started off in Cebu, lived in the 3 main areas that I recommend. I lived in IT Park in a condo, lived in Cebu Business Park in a condo, and I lived in Mactan, Newtown. Now what's funny is I've lived in the 3 main areas twice. So when I first got here, I lived in Cebu City for a couple years. I moved to Vietnam and I came back, and then I actually went and lived in Davao for a while. So this is the north end of it's not even really the boulevard, but it's kind of the area that I like. Get a little bit of traffic, but here it starts off at the Henry Resort behind me. And we're gonna walk, and I'm gonna show you some of the places here that I like and talk at the same time. But let's walk by these places first. I'll show you. This one here is Shaka Restaurant. Pretty good local food and stuff if you want to try it out. Nice ambiance. And then over here is the Moon Cafe. Nice outdoor seating and nice ambience at night as well. See girls up there posing for selfies. And yeah, you can see a lot of people up there eating and stuff. Further down, we got some new restaurants and stuff opening up here. And then on the other side, of course, is the ocean. But there's a lot of hotels that I recommend in this area. They are on my website, on my updated where to stay in the Philippines 2024. There's another new restaurant. It's quieter on this end of town too, and you get less expats all over. So now we're gonna come up to a place called North Point, which has live music at night. It's got great inexpensive food, a variety of different places. Everything from sushi to Korean to chicken to whatever you want. It's pretty much there. And you got all kinds of restaurants and stuff here. Just loaded, and then further back behind here is hotels and stuff that I recommend. But the boulevard, if you continue down this way, just like a kilometer or so is the boulevard, the main boulevard of Dumaguete, which I think is overrated, and I think this area is much more active and fun with locals too. All right, so I lived here in Cebu for 2 years, moved to Vietnam for 6 months, decided it wasn't for me, ended up moving to Davao, stayed there for around 6 months or so. And this is all part of North Point and all other kinds of restaurants as well. Yeah, I dig this area. And from Davao, ended up going to Dumaguete, stayed there through the pandemic. I actually really didn't like Dumaguete at the time, but mainly because of the pandemic. I was soured, and it really had nothing to do with Dumaguete. It was more like just the whole pandemic thing. So from there I crossed over and I went back to Cebu, but this time I went onto the island of Lapu-Lapu and stayed in Mactan Newtown, which I really enjoyed. And I really enjoyed it a lot, in part that there really was no foreigners around. There wasn't many people even staying in the condos because it was during the pandemic. Now it's kind of a bit overrun. Prices are much higher. That's the way it works. All right, so let's just sneak around this truck here. Starts to get to a little bit more residential here. All right, so crossed over, lived there, and then I got ran up by the typhoon. I was there for about a year. Typhoon hit and I left. And then I went to Davao again. Ended up living there several months. And in between all of these stays here, I really just hopped around. I stayed in different little cities. I've stayed in Bohol. I've stayed in just all kinds of different places. But the long-term places really are the three: Davao, Cebu, and Dumaguete. So anyway, again from Davao, I took a motorbike drive all around Mindanao. Shipping company here. And I ended up back in Dumaguete. My plans really were to only stay in Dumaguete for a little while. I was going to see Old Dog and some of the other people that I had made friends with. And then I was going to leave. And I ended up staying because I met Maya. And I ended up appreciating the Dumaguete area much more. So I am not going to walk all the way down because it's a really hot day here. So, but I will show you again, coming up on another kind of nice, fun area. It's called, got Mafioso. Nothing to do with my family. Plaza Escano, you got the Tiki Bar and some other restaurants and stuff in there. This is probably where I'm going to turn around and walk now. Actually, I don't know if you can see, but behind me, that island there is just Cebu. So out of these three cities, I loved them all for various reasons. And I think that's part of the charm, is that I just loved being able to bounce around and travel. And I really was just a minimalist and lightweight, and everything packed onto my motorbike, and that was it. But now I've kind of settled down now that I'm married. And I like Dumaguete for a lot of reasons, and I'll give you a few here. One, central location. Like I said, the island behind me there, that's Cebu. And Cebu you can get to in about 30 minutes, South Cebu. And South Cebu has a lot of stuff going for you. Ball and tons of waterfalls and better beaches than here. And the whale sharks and all of that. So that's one thing. Siquijor is just like 90 minutes away. Bohol, another great island, is about 90 minutes away. Apple Island for scuba diving and snorkeling. That's not far away at all. And then you've even got, you can cross over to Mindanao, about 3 hours to Dipolog and Dapitan. Fantastic area. Cebu City, a couple hours away. And this is the one thing that Dumaguete has that Davao and other places don't. You can get to a bunch of different places quickly. Because there are a lot of foreigners, there's a lot of amenities you can get that may not be available in other places. Different restaurants, you can pretty much find anything you want. Specialty grocers that you know, you can get steaks and cheeses and deli meats and those type of things. And if you want to live a life away from foreigners, people think Dumaguete, well, this is probably the worst place ever. Well, yeah, it is a little bit, but you can live in certain areas where there's not a lot of them. It's a hot day. You can see she's got a towel over her head there. But I really like this this place here. It's just a lot of stuff on this north end of town with a lot of great hotels, very cheap tricycle rides down, and just a lot of nice little places here. Ice cream and bars and convenience stores. And again, my hotel list, you can find it on my webpage. You can find hotels just near here. But if you're coming out to Dumaguete, try this north end. In my opinion, a lot nicer. And again, here's the North Point, which has just a lot of things, a lot of restaurants. Most of them are closed right now. I think they open up during the day. A lot of nice little restaurants here. Nighttime, I think it has nighttime I think it's much better, actually, and not so many foreigners. This car is backing out here. We'll go this way. So yeah, check out the north end of Dumaguete. Don't just base your whole opinion of Dumaguete by going to the main part of the boulevard, looking at the bars and seeing all the drunk expats hanging out there all day. You know, try the coffee shops on this north end here. You'll be able to intermingle with locals much more. You'll see the foreigners, you know, not so many. But if your thing is to be around a bunch of foreigners, then yeah, you can do that by hanging in the downtown area. Again, a lot of cool places here. Moon Cafe, Shaka, and then of course my favorite, the Henry Resort, which is one of the places that I recommend to stay at, but it is a little bit pricey at about $5K per night. That's pesos, so maybe around $90. And this is pretty much where the north part ends, and then it goes back. But the Henry Resort's got about 6 or 7 restaurants. Come in here, eat, coffee shop, and nighttime entertainment. A lot of stuff down this way. But again, 3 main places I've lived: Davao, Cebu, Dumaguete. I still like Dumaguete, and here's probably where I will stay. Questions, comments, opinions, let me know down below, and I'll see you guys next time.